Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Look It Up Podcast. I'm Chip Ulmer. With me, as always, is my co-host and papa, Tony Gudo. You can find us on YouTube under Look It Up Podcast and Facebook under his name, Tony Gudo.
All right, here we go. Thank you all for joining us. If you have any comments, let us know. You can comment on Facebook or on YouTube. I think you can comment on YouTube, right?
Mm.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks. Share everybody. Let everybody know we're here. I know it's a slow part of the season, so we're not having quite as many views, but still having quite a few views. We're going to finish off talking about the Saints' schedule later today, but let's talk about a few things. First of all, the LSU girls, softball, they didn't make it out of the regional. They went to Alabama and lost the first two games.
Got swept.
And they got swept. So they're out. But they have a good team, and they got a good team coming back next year, so we'll see what happens. And the men's baseball, I haven't looked at it, but the brackets are all over the place. There's a lot of teams playing beginning tomorrow. I think they start tomorrow. Do they start tomorrow? I think so. I think they start
regional?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, I think so.
The regional start tomorrow. They're all over the country, so we'll see. I think Louisiana, ULL, is in it. They made it. And I think there's 3 or 4 SEC teams. 3 for sure. I think it was 4 of them that made the brackets. So they'll be playing in regionals around the country. Let's look at the UFL games. Right now, the season's getting ready to get over. Watched the games this past week. They were pretty good. I watched several of them. On Friday night, DC Defenders and the Orlando Storm. Orlando beat them 27-19. That was a pretty good game. DC's kind of falling off the back end, kind of like Dallas. Dallas won their first 3, and they lost the last 6 in a row. So it's been tough. Birmingham last week lost to the Columbus Aviators, which put them a little bit of a problem now because Birmingham is they're playing to get into playoffs. It's the top 4 teams. If they'd have won that game, they would have been in, but they're behind, so they have to win this week. As I mentioned, Dallas lost to Louisville 37-23, and the Battlehawks beat Houston 21-15 on Sunday. Right now, the standings are Orlando 7-2, the Battlehawks 6-3, Louisville 5-4. Louisville's come up from hardly nowhere. I think they started off 0-3 or something and been winning ever since. DC, like I said, they started off strong, but now they only 5-4. Birmingham's 4-5. Dallas is out 3-6, and Houston's out, and Columbus out. So Dallas, Houston, and Columbus are all 3-6. They play this week, but they're out of the playoffs. The only ones that can get into the playoffs right now, Orlando's in, St. Louis is in, Louisville, DC, tied at 5-4. One of them are in for sure. But if one of them loses, Birmingham could slip in. Birmingham is 4-5. This week's games, let's look at this week's games real quick. Friday night, Dallas and St. Louis play at 7 o'clock on Fox. St. Louis probably needs to win to stay, but they're in the playoffs. They should make the playoffs no matter what. Houston and Birmingham play each other. Birmingham definitely needs to win that game. If Birmingham loses that game, they're out of the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Orlando and the DC, they play each other. They're both in the playoffs. I think right now they're playing for seedings to see who's going to be the home games or whatever. Mm-hmm. And Louisville and Columbus. Louisville's in pretty good shape. 5-4. They should be, unless Columbus beats them. Now, if Columbus beats Louisville and DC beats Orlando, that could put some pressure on Birmingham. So we'll see what happens. One more week to go and then the playoffs. And then they go to the bowl game, the championship game. So anyway, that's what's going on with the UFL. We'll see what happens in the next few weeks.
Yep.
And the NBA.
We'll go to the NBA.
What's going on with the NBA?
Okay, so
challenges.
Conference finals are here, and a lot going on. The New York Knicks,
swept
for the first time in 28 years, are going back to the NBA Finals. They sweep the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yep, 4-0.
In a blowout, 130 to 93. Monday night.
Yeah, you think they would have given them a little bit of a fight.
They
in that last game, but
They beat Cleveland pretty
they
bad
beat them bad.
in a sweep, and the Knicks are going back to the finals. And the Knicks are not a bad team. I'm pretty sure, in my opinion, they have a chance against the Thunder or the Spurs. So the Spurs were tied. The Spurs and the Thunder were tied up 2-2 going into last night. But the Thunder, they ain't going away that easy. They decided to take a 3-2 series lead in a 127-114 win last night in Game 5. They will play Game 6 tomorrow night at 7:30.
Yep.
So and if the Spurs win, they will move on to Game 7, and the winner of that will go to the NBA Finals to face the New York Knicks.
And if OKC wins tomorrow, it's over. They're in the finals.
OKC wins tomorrow, they are headed to the finals
And,
for the second year in a
the
row.
finals start next Wednesday. Wednesday night next.
Yes,
when
Wednesday.
they start the playoffs. So
Week from today.
good thing about the Knicks, they have all this extra time to rest.
Yeah.
Especially if
They got a whole week.
San Antonio wins, because then they have an extra game they have to play. So that'll probably help them overall. So looking forward to a good final. I think either way it's going to be a good final. But I think the Knicks and OKC would be a real good matchup when they play.
Yeah.
If OKC gets by San Antonio. Saints today. Saints went into OTAs.
They signed.
The OTAs today. They started the OTAs.
But yeah, they started OTAs.
Well, I think everybody starts reporting tomorrow.
Yeah.
Everybody starts reporting tomorrow.
But they signed another free agent.
Yep.
And
Linebacker.
Jackson Sermon, linebacker from the Jets.
The Jets. He's been with the Jets.
He's also the son of our linebacker coach, Peter Sermon.
Yep.
So they're gonna have a father-son.
We're just looking for
I guess
more. They're looking for more depth.
Yeah, we
want some
need
competition.
some linebackers
We've got a lot of linebackers to fight over everything. So we'll see. I think Ellis is going to make it. I think Ellis will be fine.
Caden Ellis will probably start.
Warner's still there.
Warner will probably.
Good.
Yeah.
The word on the street, and I'm not sure if this is going to happen, but the word on the street is Cam Jordan will come back.
Yeah,
That's what I understand. So
I think he comes
I think
back.
it's up to the money. I think they're talking about money right now, and that's the whole deal. I doubt that Ham or AK are going to show up tomorrow. This is OTAs. This is voluntary OTAs, so they don't have to show up. So
all the rookies got to show up and stuff like that.
Most of the team's going to show up. I think everybody's going to show up, but I doubt if either Cam or Kamara is going to be there.
Or participate.
Yeah. Now, Green Bay just lost their running back, probably for a while. You saw what happened with him?
Mm-hmm.
Jacobs got in trouble. For what I understand, the word on the street is he beat up his girlfriend, pretty much. So he's been arrested. We'll see what happens. Of course, the court's taking from here. I heard the Green Bay coach say today, we're not overly excited or information about it right now because we don't know what the courts are going to do and what the law's going to do. But chances are he's probably going to be found guilty in that deal, and that could cause some problems for that because they don't have much depth. Mm-hmm. I was listening to the NFL channel today, and they named a couple of running backs, but nobody they could do, even by committee. I don't think they can do what he can do. So, the word, I heard today, Kamara they may be looking at Kamara to go up there. He might could help them. Well, he's up in age, he's in his 30s, so I don't know if he could be the lead guy over there, but he's probably better than the other two they have. So that could happen, you never know. But anyway, the Saints are in OTAs this week, and we'll see what happens on that the next few days. And then they continue. I think the mandatory is going to be like in a couple of weeks. I think they have the mandatory coming up too, where everybody has to show up if you will be on a team in the competition. And of course, the main training camp is not till probably July.
July.
I think July sometime. I hadn't seen the date out yet.
It's like the first or second week of July.
Yeah, something like that. A lot of talk about the NFL going to 18 games. I've been talking about that this week. I heard them talking about it quite a bit. The problem with I think one of the things they're looking at is an 18-game schedule with 2 bye weeks. Mm-hmm. The problem with that is trying to get where you can get everybody to have 2 bye weeks, because when you do that, they could probably have to have 8 teams take out a bye week at the same time, 6 to 8. And if that happens, it means you're limited on the games you're going to have, especially when you have Thursday games and Sunday games and Monday games and all that stuff. So I think the The point there is what they're going to do. Is how they're going to figure that out.
And all the teams have to agree to that.
Yeah, well, I think most of the teams want to, and I think the players want to, because the players are getting paid an extra payday.
And they're getting more rest.
Yeah.
An extra rest
Yeah.
week.
They get more rest and they get paid for an extra game. So that's another thing. So I think players will be all right with it, and I think the coaches are fine with it. It's just a matter of how you're going to structure it.
I'm sure it will probably prevent more injuries to an extra bye week.
And they say they may start again a week or two earlier, or they may extend the season a week or two. A lot of people think they ought to move the Super Bowl to President's Weekend, which is like a week or two later. And the Super Bowl would be still on a Sunday, but it would be President's Day the Monday, which would be, most people would have a day off. So that's what they're thinking. And I heard a lot of people talk about maybe have an NFL weekend, Super Bowl championship weekend, rather than just Super Bowl Sunday. So I'm not sure. We'll see what happens in the future and what's going on there. Speaking of the NFL and the Saints, last week we talked about the Saints schedule. We went through all of them. And we predicted in the first 8 games, we believe they're going to go 6-2. 6-2. The guy that wrote this up, Rod Walker, I think it is, from the Saints, he predicted they'll be 5-3 at this point. So we believe he'll be 6-2. He says 5-3. Let's look at the rest of the games. What's going on after that? On November 15th, the Saints play the Carolina Panthers.
Yep.
In New Orleans. And last year the Panthers were 8-9. They made the playoffs and they won the championship, but we beat them twice. Okay. He says the Saints will win 21-20. I believe that too. I think the Saints win that game.
I think we win that game, so I think we go in 7-2.
We go 7-2. The following week is Chicago. The Chicago Bears, a lot better team.
Chicago's pretty good. So
a lot better team.
I'm going to give us a loss.
You'll give us a loss. He says a loss, 26-14. We're playing at Chicago. That's a tough place to play, especially in November. It's going to be cool. It's going to be nice and cool.
He says 27-16.
No, 20. That's last year. Okay, 27-16. But in Chicago, in November 22nd, it's going to be cold.
Yeah,
There'll be some cold weather. It might not be no snow, but it'll be cold.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll have a rematch with our old coach, Dennis Allen. He'll be over there. Quarterback Caleb Williams. He looked good last year. We'll see how he does. But we're going to say that's a loss. So the Saints will be, at that point,
7-3.
7-3.
Going into week 12.
Then we play at Cincinnati.
We go to
The
Paycor.
Good game there. We'll be playing our boys. We're playing Joe Burrow and Chase. Some more Chase.
Some LSU legends.
Yep. Burrow threw for 300 yards and a touchdown last time they played us. And we'll see what happens. That was 4 years ago when they played in the Superdome. That's probably when they made the Super Bowl, right?
The year after.
They were close. The problem has been injuries with them. If they healthy, I think they're going to be a pretty good competitive team. That division, AFC North, is going to be tough.
Yeah.
The only good thing for Cincinnati is everybody else changes head coaches.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of gives them a little bit of a jump on everybody else because they stayed pretty packed with everybody on the team. This guy says the Saints are going to lose 30-20. What do you think?
I think it'll be closer than that.
I think it'll be closer, but the Saints will probably lose that game.
Saints probably lose. I'll give them a loss.
Okay,
7-4.
We're gonna go 7-4. We're gonna call a loss on that game. Following week, we go to Green Bay. Green Bay comes here. Yeah,
Green Bay comes here. To New Orleans.
Jordan Love and the Packers. We just mentioned they lost their running back. We don't know if he's going to be back by then. He should be back by then, but it depends on what the law does and what he might go to jail. You never know. So he may not be around. But anyway, last time 3 years ago, the Saints were unable to hold off a 17. We had a 17-0 lead and we lost the game. So we'll see.
No, that was the year before that.
Yeah.
But
25.
I mean, that was the meeting before that, but we lost pretty bad to them.
Yeah, 34.
The last time.
Yeah, 34-0. So yeah, that was that's when what's his name left. That was under this was with Rattler. Rattler is quarterback. So there's be some competition between Rattler and what's the guy's name?
Oh, Rattler and
what's the third string quarterback? I saw it today. I forgot. I keep forgetting. I can never remember the guy's
Zach
name.
Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson. So it'd be a competition between him and Rattler to see who gets the second spot. We'll see what happens there. Saints may have another fourth quarterback coming in too. So anyway, I think we lose to Green Bay. What do you think?
I do too.
I think we lose to Green
If they
Bay.
have their running back back, then we lose.
He says 26-23, so we'll go with that. We'll go with
7-5.
7-5. Ooh, not looking bad, not looking good. Anyway, the next week we play the Carolina Panthers.
I think we win.
And I think we win that game. They play here at Carolina, but I think we're better than Carolina. I don't know. I don't see how Carolina won the division last year. Everybody else's problem is we had a bad start. With Riley at quarterback, and it took a while before Shuck came on and he got rolling.
We swept Carolina and they won the division. So
anyway, the division
that's a win. So 8-5.
I think that's a win. So we go. He says 20-17.
So I think that's 8-5 going in 8-5 going into week 15.
And we play Tampa Bay.
Tampa.
But Tampa Bay has been a good place for the Saints. We've been winning games over there. We're 6-2 the last 8 games in Tampa.
Yeah.
So
we've won.
Baker Mayfield.
We've won 2 out of the last 3 in Tampa.
Yep. 6-2 the last 8, and they don't have Mike Evans anymore, so that's going to hurt them a little bit. Mike Evans.
I think the Bucs
San
take a
Francisco.
downgrade. I think the Bucs get worse.
I think so too. I don't think they're going to be as good. He says the Bucs are going to win by 3.
I think we win.
I say we'll win that game. So if we win that game,
We're
going to what?
9-5. Yeah.
And then the next week, Arizona. Ooh, Arizona's a sailing ship with no rudder. They really don't have a quarterback.
Unless they have Carson Beck.
Unless he does something, but
And they have Jeremiah Love. So,
well,
I don't know. But
that
based
team
off of
is,
what's going on right now, that's a blowout.
Saints should win. He predicts 24-13 Saints win, so I do too. 10-5. I like it. And then the last game, 2 games to go. Then we play at Atlanta.
Yep.
I still think Atlanta has issues. Of course, by that time they should figure out who the quarterback is. It's going to be Tua or what's his name?
Michael Penix.
They
Did
fight.
we
They
win?
gonna fight. We don't know who's going to
From
win
last
that
week,
game.
I don't remember. Did you give us? Did we get the win from that one?
I think we won that game. Let's see. Let me go back. Atlanta. When we played? Yeah, we played on Monday night. Yeah, we beat them at home. Remember?
Okay,
Monday
so
night game. I still think we beat Atlanta.
I don't know. I feel like we split with Atlanta.
Okay. He says we lose. So let's say we lose. That means
I'll give us a loss.
10-6.
10-6.
And then we finish
Going
the
into
season.
the final week
In the final week, we play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers
at home.
And we said they would lose last time.
Mm-hmm.
But this week, I think they win. I think they win against Tampa. And guess what? If they win against Tampa, they are 11-5.
11-6.
11-6, which I think wins the division.
Wins the division, gives us at least the first round.
And maybe a home field. Well, we have a home field for sure.
Yeah,
If you win the division, you have one home field. And then we go from there. I think the Saints end at home and they beat the Bucs. He predicts the same thing, 17-14 Saints.
So
He
he has
said-
us going 9-8, but I have us 10-7, 11-6, right in that little window.
I do too. I think 10-7 or 11-6. So we're going to redo this when the season gets closer because you never know what players are going to come back. We still, after training camp and after summer, a lot of players move around. You might pick up some extra players. Also, you could deal with some injuries. You never know. What happens if Shuck goes down in training camp? Then we're in trouble. Then we got to go to Radley and the other guys. So, I still think if everybody stays healthy, we can win 10 or 11 games, and that would put us in the playoffs and go from there. And back to where we belong. I think the Saints are going to have a strong team this year, a lot better than most people think. But I mean, just optimism. A lot of people around New Orleans really think, that we're going to go from worst to first. A lot of teams done it. Look what New England did last year. New England went from worst to first with a weaker schedule. And they say, well, our schedule's weak. I don't believe in the weaker schedule stuff because teams change so much from one year to the next. I don't think that makes that big of a difference. But anyway, that's about it for today. Anything else? Anything on UFC?
Yeah, I'll get to that, but I want to say something about LSU. They got some announcements. Did we talk about
LSU football?
Mhm.
No, we hadn't talked
Did
about
we talk about Coach O last week? I don't think so.
About what?
Coach O.
Yeah, I think we did. By Coach O coming, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Coach O came back. If we didn't say it last week, he will be assistant to recruiting and defense. Also, that I learned they came out today. Sam Levitt should be a go for fall camp.
Yeah, they say he's
He
healthy.
should be a full go for fall camp.
A lot healthier than what they thought he was going to be at
Yeah.
this point. Yeah. And Lane Kiffin's facing a little bit of criticism right now from his magazine interview. They saying he said too much about Ole Miss and the racial stuff. But
Yeah.
as he said, I was saying what other people were saying. I wasn't saying what I said. I was saying he's repeating what other people said.
And then also, like I think we said a few weeks ago.
They're having meetings right now. SEC meetings are going on in Destin.
Yeah.
This week.
But they also announced that a few weeks ago that we will play primetime night games first 3 weeks of the season.
Yeah. Well, Louisiana Tech's going to be.
No, it says
It's nighttime, but I mean it's not.
SEC
nighttime.
announced that LSU's first 3 games will be played at night.
At 6:30. Yeah.
So,
both games will be like at
The
6:30.
highly anticipated season opener against Clemson will kick off at 7:30 p.m. in Death Valley
6:30.
with College Game Day.
6:30 Central.
Yeah.
6:30 Central, and the following week they announced today Louisiana Tech at 6:30.
And
And then we play Ole Miss.
we'll play Ole Miss, and that'll probably be later. That'll probably be 7 or 7:30, probably,
I think it could be 6:30
or
again.
6:30. I don't know. It'll be a primetime game.
I would
tell you
think
that.
ESPN Game Day is going to be here for the first game, and I would assume they're going to.
I
be
would very
in Ole
much
Miss.
assume that they would be going to Oxford.
Yeah, pretty sure. Yeah.
So yeah, that's it for LSU. Let me move to this weekend. They will be in where they at? UFC. There will be. Let me look it up. Where they at? Where will they be? Look up.
Look it up.
Okay. They will be in Macau.
What's that?
I don't know.
Macau. Never heard of Macau. Unless they're talking about the cow that you get milk from.
It's a China. Okay, China.
China.
They'll be in China this weekend. So we will be going on vacation Saturday.
We're leaving. We'll not be a show next week.
Yeah, there will not be a show next
we'll
week.
Be out of the country.
We'll be gone on the beach.
Down in the beach in Mexico for the next 7 days, and the
6
following
days,
week we'll
but-
come back and do our show. Start doing our show all the way through
The next
the
week,
year.
yeah. So this weekend, nobody's probably going to be watching it unless you get up early because the main card will be at 6 o'clock in the morning
Yeah.
again.
We won't be here.
The main event will be Song Yadong versus Davison Figueiredo.
Is that a big fight or it don't matter?
It's a fight night.
Okay, so no big deal.
It's not a huge fight, yeah.
Okay.
So that's about it for the UFC.
All right, are we done for the day?
Yep.
We're gonna go out on our vacation, and we'll see y'all in 2 weeks. Please share, let people know we're here so they can get a recap of everything that we're talking about. And what? Who we got to pull for this week? Nobody, huh?
Nobody.
Let's pull for, I'll put it for OKC. I want to see OKC.
I like San Antonio.
I like OKC to be in the finals against the Knicks.
I like San Antonio, but I don't really care. So, go Tigers.
You're looking for anything? What do?
You look it
You
up.
look it up.
Like, share, comment, and go Tigers. Who
Okay.
dat? Love
See y'all.
sports.
See y'all in 2 weeks.
Bye-bye.